Now the next component would be transpiration. Transpiration is the water that the plant absorbs into its roots, brings up through its system, and then emits through its little pores called stoma. S-T-O-M-A, stoma. That's like we perspire as human beings, and we do that through pore-spaced pores in our skin. Well, plants transpire through the stoma in their leaves and stems. What affects transpiration? Well, the amount of leaf surface is going to have a big impact on the amount of transpiration. So again, we take a look at a crop. A crop like onions, well, it had a lot of evaporation, but it has very little transpiration. Very tiny leaf surface for the plant. The other extreme in this part of the country would be orchard. Look at the huge amount of leaf surface we have in an orchard. You know, we might have cherry trees 20 feet tall, solid canopy. That's a lot of leaf surface to be evaporating water. And in the Northwest, cherries are the highest transpirative loss crop we have. Per acre, they will use more water than any other crop we irrigate. Apples are a very close second, just because we let cherry trees grow bigger. If we let apple trees grow to the size we let cherry trees grow, they'd have the same transpiration rates effectively and total losses. Now, certain plants are somewhat more efficient in the use of water than others, and they will not let as much water transpire. And you can see that any plants that have shiny surfaces generally have reduced transpiration rates. One thing they do is they reflect energy off of themselves with that shiny surface, shiny leaf surface. And what they've done is it's a plant that's adapted to a more arid climate, generally speaking. And so it's learned how to conserve its water. And one way it does that is reflects some of that radiant heat that's coming down from the sun. And it's also going to have less transpiration, probably for lots of different plant genetics that are involved in it. And again, that's something you need to learn as you get into specific crops. If you become a person that is involved, say, only in irrigating vineyards, you're going to learn a lot about the different types of wine grapes and table grapes that are out there. And you're going to learn what their different transpiration rates are and which ones you want to give more water at which times and so on. So again, you need to, as you get into these trades more in depth, you're going to get a whole lot more better educated on your varieties. Turf, we got lots of different grasses. Some of them are very drought tolerant, some of them aren't. So we have to know which ones are going to react when we start stressing the plant due to lack of water. Some of them are going to just flat go dormant. Some of them might even die. Some of them will just keep trucking right along. They're not going to be as pretty maybe, but they're going to keep living and they're going to keep growing. And so varieties are going to have a huge impact on that. What a fescue is a pretty hardy plant versus a bent that is, you just have to baby the heck out of that bent grass to keep it going when it's really hot out. We combine those two things together and we get a thing called